Have you ever realized that your decisions about allocating your time and energy ultimately shapes your life? Allocation choices can alter the course of your life, my dear friends. Most often, opportunities may emerge, in which case it's good. However, if you misinvest your resources, the outcome can be bad. Subconsciously, many of us allocate most of our energy into activities that yield the most tangible accomplishment. Our careers seem to offer us a concrete evidence of our growth. In contrast, investing energy in people typically does not offer us the same immediate sense of achievement. Over-investing in careers and under-investing in people, I have seen as being the root cause of business disasters, not only now, but also in the coming future. Intimate, loving relationships are, my dear friends, the ultimate source of joy. Invest in people, for I believe they matter the most.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Dr. Ushy is the regional head of IHRO for the state of Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. A very articulate, powerful, motivational speaker for the more than 3 decades. Communication scientist who has so far coached thousands of people across. The creator of widely acclaimed brand the Mind Workshop. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together with the hype-up energy for the next 45 minutes. Let's call upon our next speaker on stage, Dr. Ushy Mohandas. Let's everybody keep clapping.
Check. Right. So all the people until now, ladies and gentlemen, were very decent people. So I'm kept for the end for a reason, and I request all of you to pay keen attention to me. I heard the lovely story of Hema, who said that you handed over a visiting card to this gentleman, and he said in half an hour, like, what can I do for you? And, you need to process it and follow up and things. Now, yesterday I was doing a talk, and for about half an hour, there was a man asking me, ma'am, can I have your card? And I said, please hold on. When I finished the session, he came again to me, and he said, ma'am, can I have your card? And I thought, Ore Bapre, not bad, somebody wants my card, right? So I gave him my card. After about 10 minutes, I was casually looking at him. And you know what he was doing? He was digging his tooth with my visiting card. He's a big-time industrialist, by the way. But my card was too sharp. That's the feedback I got. So I love your feedback, as and when I finish the session. The MC was a wonderful girl holding the forte until now. My 300-page CV, she cut down to 1 page. And she introduced you after sending 1 page in 2 lines. So that's how life is. Every time to suit everything, they keep chopping off all your achievements and everything else. I take great pride. And I'm very, very grateful to the entire organization for having me over. So my biggest thanks to Mahima, as well as Mr. Shetter, because of both of you only I'm here. And of course, at the end of the day, Kajal for all the coordinating. And of course, all my friends from SDM. Shruti, where are you? Great. So don't forget to scream for me. Okay? So I'm not somebody who's going to give you gyan. At this time of the day, nobody needs it. So stop giving me that Buddha look. The more you smile, the better all of you will start feeling. Otherwise, what happens by tomorrow? You'll get one thing. Now, Kannadadalli helidre, Mule Vyadi. All right, be careful. Now, I will use a PowerPoint. I will use a couple of videos so that I can quickly convey my messages. I will also show you a couple of things. And I'm not sure, would you like to sit like this or would you like to move a little bit? I'm not able to hear. That's nice. Okay. So we'll also move certain parts we haven't moved for many years. All right? Now, I'm being videographed and I don't really care. All right? Because other people's opinions don't matter. And I think the biggest achievement for me in my life has been that I care about people and I care about opinions of those people whose opinions matter. All right? So if people want to throw stones, feel free. But let me warn you, I have a licensed revolver. And being a doctor, I can easily sign your death certificate. Right? Yeah. So you can clap whenever you feel. I feel you should scream. All right? And then what happens when you guys encourage me and get all enthusiastic? I get into something called Mariamma mode. And then you'll get the best out of me. All right? So what we need to do is appreciate people. And I think we don't really do it. If things are bad, go tell me. If things are good, go tell the world. We do it the other way. Every night, 9 o'clock, you know one channel, it goes wah, 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 and we all listen to it. All right? The nation doesn't want to know. Somebody needs to speak the truth, right? All of us are very decent people. I told you I'm not. But I come from a very decent lineage. And I'm a single piece manufacturer, which even Hema can't figure out. Right? So I'm here to share some gyan very quickly, but something very simple. Ladies and gentlemen, likability is the #1 factor in business. Likability is the #1 factor to interact with another human being, with another business, with another competitor, with another collaborator. If somebody makes a mistake, please ask yourself, will you forgive someone who you like? Or will you not forgive someone who you don't like? Please think about it. You tend to go on what we call fault finding. I'm a properly qualified doctor. Some people suspect it. So whenever I tell them I'm a doctor, the next question is, what kind of a doctor are you? So let me tell all of you here, I'm only a kind doctor. All right? I'm a keen observer of human behavior. And I believe that human beings are the best species on this planet and the #1 junglies also on this planet. Yesterday I saw a dog who was hit so badly by a human being that it had his whole shoulder bones fractured into 6 pieces. And when I asked one young fellow what happened, he said the worst animal on this planet has attacked the sweetest animal on this planet. I never understood initially, but ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to be nice to each other. It's also very important to make friends with people who are not like you. The biggest mistake people make is, oh, do you like ghazals? Okay, she likes ghazals. Oh, me too. Come, let's be friends. Now, if I ask her, do you like ghazals? And she says, no, I like rock music. Then what do? Puh. And these are sounds we make. Indians are Indians. Our communication is completely different. And they say, you think you're a great entrepreneur? We have the strangest of sounds we make. If you pause at the wrong place, ladies and gentlemen, your communication gets completely misinterpreted. After I finished my session yesterday, which was on change and change management, there was a lady who came to me, looked at me, and said, Dr. Ushy is expecting. And then when everyone laughed like this, she said, change. So if you pause at the wrong place, the entire meaning changes. All right? So be careful. Applaud freely. Don't be confused. Everybody has spoken, right? Yeah. Now I want to quickly ask you, okay? Do you see, how many of you see a rat? May I see a show of hands? Right. How many of you see a cat? And how many of you see both? Nice, okay? Now the question here is, when a person sees only a cat, he tends not to understand the people who see the rat. For the people who see only the rat, it's very unlikely that you get along with people who see a cat. Now I want you to understand that judgment and perception kills not only relationships, it also kills businesses. Because we judge too quickly. Now you've seen me hardly for about 7 minutes. I want you to shout out one word which describes me. Please shout out. What do you think of me? I'm not able to hear. One at a time. Bindas? Yes, agreed. Anything else? Ah, yes, okay, good word. Enthusiastic. Anything else? Horrible. Did someone say that? Aa gaya ho? Right? I'm pretty capable of taking care of myself. Like I said, okay, I run a huge organization called Doctors Against Corruption. I put 12 fellows in Tihar jail. So I'm pretty capable of doing things on my own. And that's the reason whenever I hit Delhi, a lot of people who sit on high chairs are scared of me. Because you know, whenever you make a mistake, you never go near somebody who speaks the truth. Even now, when I came here, one of the lovely ladies here warned me and said, "Ma'am, please, aise wale jokes thoda cut karo." All right, so that's on a lighter note. I want to quickly tell you, perceptions ruin a lot of things. Take from today 10 seconds extra when you're judging somebody. When you're saying good man, good woman, bad woman, useless person, when you're prefixing any adjective, take 10 extra seconds. Because your brain has a response in only about 19 seconds. And you need to give that 10 extra seconds from today. Point number 1 that you can take back. Next time you go home, your BV or your husband starts doing buck, 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 buck. Just watch them for 9 seconds or 10 seconds extra. They won't sound as bad as you think they are. We don't give them response time. All right? So this is the reason I'm trying to share with you. They say that women speak about 7,000 words in one day. And men speak about 3,500 words in one day. Now all the men are like, I knew this. Now let me tell you, the woman has to repeat 3,500 words twice so that you guys will listen. All right? And that's the reason why they repeat. Because there are poor listeners and there are great listeners. I'm a communication scientist. I believe everything I have in my life is because of communication. I have 10 dogs, 2 kids, and 1 husband only. Maintaining him for 40 years is very difficult. Leadership skills come naturally to me for the same reason. This is something I learned after achieving 20 plus degrees. I've done everything under the sky. Don't ask me what, we'll discuss offline. I'm not here for that. But believe me, I run a small little company which is called Dr. Ushy's Wisdom Works. If a person is a right brain functioner, he will look at me and say, Dr. Ushy's wisdom works. But if you're a left brain logical majority, you will say, Dr. Ushy's wisdom works. And that's how you can make out whether you're functioning logically or you're functioning emotionally and creatively. What do you need? A balance of both the sides. How many left-handers in this hall? Can you please raise your hands? Do you write with your left hand? Other activities we can't talk about here. See, I'm not saying it. Your brain is imagining it. All right? Yes, good. Today, history is not created. Every night, it's deleted. We know it. Right? Yeah. Be careful. This is my own quote. Okay, whenever I ask people who said this, they quote a lot of people from outside of India. Why can't Indians be quoting? After Mahatma Gandhi, we stopped quotations, is it? And this is the reason I keep telling people, be Indian, truly. And like the previous speaker said, we are a democracy. And today, armchair activism is possible because of social media. I don't like you, I come and write a whole load of rubbish about you and send you there. You have people who come up to me when I did a session in Kerala, and there's one gentleman who came up to me because I speak strong, I'm very confident. So he came up to me and said, what does your husband do, madam? And I said, he's an ex-army officer. Oh, very nice. Only he can tame you. Now, how unfair can that get? Why do I need to be tamed? I'm gender agnostic. I don't see a man and woman. I only see a heart beating and a head functioning. And that's one of the reasons I tell you, please be gender agnostic. There's nothing over one versus the other. There's nothing called one is better and the other is not. And that's why every time, behind every successful man is a woman. And behind every successful woman is her maid. All right? So don't think that, it's very easy for a woman to do whatever it is. Now, yeah, there you go. There are many categories of people in this hall. And you can see there are people who make it happen, people who watch it happen. Wow, wow, very nice, wow. Commentary, the Bogle kinds, Harsha Bogle. And at the end of the day, you can see people who wonder what happened, majority. It hits them and they say, "Ye kya hua?" Wow, she's privileged. She must be intelligent. Her father must be having money. Her husband must be not even bothered. Everyone comes up with stories and excuses for success which women attain. And I dislike that because the effort that a man and a woman puts in is 100% the same. So there's no reason to discount a woman for what she does. In an organization, if I find a man, because I do a lot of leadership training, when I find a man who comes in and makes a loud noise and says, "Today evening this project must be completed," everyone says, "Wow, kya leader hai, wow." And if a woman comes in and says, "By evening this 5 o'clock, this project must be completed," many people will say, "Wow, here comes trouble." Why? Because she's very dominating. Wow. She's making lots of noise. And I'm going on saying wow, because wow actually triggers energy in the brain. Can you say wow for me, all of you? Wow. Yeah. Now I want you to think wow. Anything you want or anyone you want, you can think. Feel wow. Turn to your neighbor and say, "Wow." All right? You didn't do it till today. So turn around and say, "Wow" for me. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Not wow. And I asked a man, yesterday, gather your energy and say, "Wow." And, show other people how energetic you are. And he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." Now that is also difficult. All right? You need to look at people, love them for who they are, and say, "Wow." Please do that. 1, 2, 3. If it's a man next to you, don't worry. Say it safely. It's pretty legal. All right? Look into each other's eyes. 1, 2, and 3. Turn around. See, some of you are like, "Wow." When you set a foot forward, you cannot afford to be scared. And many, many entrepreneurs are shit scared of setting a foot forward. You have 150 questions. And you won't know, "Oh my God, oh my God." I mean, this is the kind of response that I get in premier management institutions where we teach people how to incubate their business. To me, my whole body is my mind. And that's a bias I have. Because I work only with the mind. And that's one of the reasons why people come to me, and if I look at them for 5 minutes, they say, "What? Are you seeing what I did last evening?" Because you can read minds. Today, another person who came to me for mentoring said, "Are you reading my mind?" And you know what? People are shit scared of reading the mind. Whereas someone will find out what is happening here, inside this 1,200 grams of yours. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have the same brain, but the way we use it is different. Can anyone just shout out what is different between all of us? What is the difference? We are all the same, but what makes us different? Can anyone shout out? Your thoughts agreed, it's cliched. Anything else? Anybody? Thoughts, yes. Anything else? Attitude is a big word. We can just keep saying it. Okay, there's a very young politician aiming to be the prime minister. He has solid attitude. Everyone laughs at him and he's still quite okay. So I believe he has the capacity to take criticism. Yes, anybody? Looks, yes, that's physical. Looks is okay. I know if I go to Cochin Airport as a scientist, only 50 people came to receive me. But when Madam Leone went, 5 lakh people came to receive her. So things matter. Right? And women are looked up to for certain things called assets. We're talking business here, okay? So don't imagine too much. Right. Go ahead. Tell me, how are we different? How are we different? Yes? Okay. Big words? Okay. I hope this mic works. It looks plastered and bandaged. All right. I can't see the operating switch, but anyways, I guess it will. So very quickly, I'm taking you here. I want to tell you that the only thing that separates all of us is energy. So like energy is what? Like Mukherjee, Chatterjee, energy. Learn to generate it, learn to create it, learn to invest it, learn to renew it. And your business will start thriving. And most people get bored in their businesses because their energy becomes stagnant. Whatever the technique, be it from Harvard or Stanford, even if you have the methodology or the technology, unless your mind starts working balanced, left and right working together, you will never be successful in business. And that's the reason why many businesses are like soda bottles. Initially, you have the fizz, and after some time, you lose down on it. I need for you to say yes when I ask you a question. Am I audible? Yes. Am I clear? Yes. So far, so good? Yes. All right. Okay, mic was better. Okay, now I'm going to show you some things. I hope the video works. This is the problem with technology. Don't worry about it. I'll try and do my best. Audio's on? Audio's on? Okay, great. Okay. So you have the patience. Every time I stop, don't say whatever I say. I went to an IT company, okay? I train a lot of IT people. So I met a very young lady on the weekend, many months ago. And I just asked her, ma'am, do you drink? And she said, yes. And the lady next to her said, pooh. Why? Because drinking ladies are bad ladies. Those ladies who dance, they're bad ladies. Those ladies who wear short clothes are very, very bad ladies. But other people who wear short clothes, especially the neighbor's wife, very good ladies. So you have double, no treble standards. Be careful what it is. And I'm not a feminist, but I still believe that men have their strengths, women have their strengths. We are just the same. It's just that we think differently. And it's very important for you to understand this, okay? So let me try if the audio is working. I'm going to show you a couple of videos. Watch carefully, okay? Now, these are called experts in business. And I want audio, loud, give me loudness.
Miljoona siellä, herra. Tuleeko muita tarjouksia? Ei tule. Miljoona ensimmäinen, miljoona toinen, miljoona kolmas.
See it again. It's called awareness. When you
Miljoona
function
siellä,
with zero
herra.
awareness, this is what
Tuleeko muita tarjouksia? Ei tule. Miljoona ensimmäinen, miljoona toinen, miljoona kolmas.
It's called awareness, okay? Awareness. Now, I'm going to leave you only with 2 or 3 things in this time. Don't think you're going to change your business. All right. Awareness, communication, and time management. Remember the word act. And once you take act back with you, your life changes every second. You don't really need to go to a man who has current in the currency. He can find God, but he can't find a hidden camera. He lives in Bangalore. And I'm sorry, they're called gurus. All right? So let's not get into those areas. But I just want you to say, can you do something after today to see things differently? Because the entire attempt of many people in this hall is to change. I'll change you, I'll change you, I'll change you. And when I tell you, you change yourself, you'll say, no, ma'am, no, I'm okay. So what's this called? Resistance. The future is that of flexibility. How can a mind which is so rigid, which is so prejudiced, which is so judgmental, and which is completely biased, be an expanded mind? Business is about doing things 2 times, once inside your head and once outside of it. So if you're not expanded inside your head, I can assure you that none of you will be able to expand your businesses. You might make a lot of money, you will not be happy. You'll have a 10-bedroom house, you will never get sleep in it. You might have a Ferrari in your car, but there's no point in driving it in city market. You need a 6-lane highway. And how does that happen? When you become self-aware. When you have 360-degree awareness, you should know who's here, you should know who's here, you should know who's here. That is awareness simply explained. But when you start practicing 1, breathing, and 2, meditation, I believe that your self-awareness increases. And I want all of you to make an attempt here today to find whoever it is that might give you a sane, simple, easy to practice form of meditation. All of us do marathons, but it will take me only 1 minute to puncture your mind. Everyone who's sitting on the chair, it will take me only 30 seconds to puncture your mind. And that's how stressed and loaded people are. I was on the flight today when I was coming. I met a young man who looked very smart. So I just asked him, and just out of curiosity, because I do my tests, I just asked him, what kind of an animal are you if given a chance? And he said, I'm a lion. And I said, really? And then he said, but when I go home, no madam, my wife sits on me because she's goddess Durga. So you see how people talk. I was going into the bathroom, maybe in a convention, about a month ago. A doctor runs up to me and says, what are you doing here? What do you do in a bathroom? Today morning in the flight, there was one of the speakers who was sitting there, and there was a very able gentleman who was sitting here. He turns around, looks at the speaker and says, where are you going, madam? That flight goes to Hubli, right? So all this happens when you're not aware. And I want you to start working on awareness. The first thing that you do in awareness is learn 2 triggers. What are the triggers? One is the word wow, which I just shared with you. But you need to think, feel, and do. What is this called? The TFA axis. What you think and feel is the only thing that you should do. If you don't think and feel, then please don't do. Because what are you doing? Self-vastraharan. You're destroying your mind. Be careful. Little by little. What is this called? Incongruent thinkers. And they make lousy people in work, especially in business, especially in leadership positions. The human mind likes to think linear, straight line. Very easy, very simple to follow. Now, I want you to look at each other. Please stand up for me. Please stand up for me. Please stand up. I'm saying please. So everybody, please don't resist. Stand up. All right? You'll be videographed, and I'll put my video on YouTube. So just give me your best look, okay? And a nice smile. Don't tell me later, ma'am, I'm looking horrible. Please take it off. I've got my own cameraman, by the way, here. All right? So just watch out for what you're doing. Now I want you to just raise your left hand, and pull towards you and say, wow! Wow! Like as if it's $1 million deal. What do? Imagine. Many of us don't imagine. We are like, oh, I love you. Wow. You need to think of something you really like. Whoever it might be, I don't care. But the output is important because that's exactly what the brain registers. Once again, raise your left hand and pull towards your shoulder, and with all the might, as if this is your last chance, say wow. 1, 2, and 3. Wow! What is this called? Potential. But I have to keep asking, say wow, say wow, say once again. Nobody has the patience to do that. And you know what? People of the mind, especially the right mind, which I deal with as a scientist, are extremely patient. Now, one for the last time, so that I can take you through quickly for the next. At the count of 3, all of us together, turn around, look at your neighbor, and usko de do. Wow, See how everyone is? Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Your pineal gland is opening up. And that's why we're feeling ting, ting, ding. Oh, Thai is so nice. The program was awesome, as they do in Kerala. Right? In Kerala, it's a very different state. I visited very, very often. And there are lots of things which happen there, which I won't get into because of the paucity of time. Now, one more trigger. Again, left hand. Why am I saying left hand? Because whenever you use your left body for more than 10 minutes a day, your right brain stays active. And every single thing that I'm suggesting today is a right brain function. How will you do this? Take one A4 size sheet in your house, scribble on it every day. Anything you want. Write down Sheila, Meena, Rajesh, Love, Suresh, whatever you want. But use your left hand and A4, fill it up. How long does it take? 3 to 5 minutes. Now I want you to put your hand this time in front of you, okay, at the shoulder level. Pull towards you and give me a good yes. 1, 2, 3, and no. Okay, wait. See, this is, you're too quick. You want to beat me at what you do. It's called competition in the business world. The smartest people in business, including Ratan Tata, are alpha functioners. They watch, and anything that you ask for, they'll look at you and say, wow, interesting. But they'll never say yes or no. They'll wait and then say it. And that's an alpha brain. I want all of you to realize the slower you are in terms of thinking, the faster and stronger your response will be. This is a secret. It took me 40 years to figure it out overnight. And I'm sharing it at TIE. So what you should give me? A big thank you with an applause. Hold on. ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತೆಗಿತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ? Keep everybody engaged. What we do, if she's smiling at me, we look only at him. Okay? Okay. Why? Because we need that endorsement as human beings. If somebody is doing, we don't look at him because we get put off. Now please remember, put your hand in front of you, give me a nice pull, but I want you to grab now this time. Kuch le lo. All right? Imagine. Some people just can't imagine. If I tell them imagine, they'll say, kahan hai? Kahan se loon main? Imagine something you like, maybe a fruit, maybe a person, maybe a stick, maybe anything you want. No one's going to question you here, right? So at the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, and grab towards you. 1, 2, 3, yes! Grab and yes, okay? So these are called triggers. I want you to do this together and loud yes. 1, 2, and 3. Yes! See how nice it sounds together. It's called synergy. Please be seated. Just give me a moment. Hold on, hold on. Stay patient. All right. Now what is awareness? This is awareness. Did you see that man? He's least bothered. And this is how many of us are. If you're in this state, you can be sure that you will be a slave to somebody for the rest of your life, mentally. When you are in a state of awareness, there will be many who are ready to serve you and not slave around you. And then say, that I really love this work, and go home and say, Sala Buddha kab marega. Because he tortures me every day. There are people in IT companies who look at me and say, ma'am, Monday to Friday, it's not me, I'm very different. Saturday, whoever comes, that's me. So I'm not really sure why people are 2-3 faces. And I think it's the same person doing business, right? I've seen that the mind all over the world is the same. Either you use it in one particular way or you use it in another particular way. Now my videos will explain to you exactly what I'm trying to share with all of you. And I want you to pay close attention to what I'm trying to share. These are all either forwards, you must have seen it. If you're not aware, what happens? Something like this. So that's a least aware mind, okay? Now what else happens when you're an expert and not aware? Okay, this is what happens to you.
Aí, já vi. Tem doido pra tudo, minha irmã. Quer ver? Ah, filho da boba. Menino. Quer ver? Quebra o outro. Aí cima, vai. Mas são braços de ferro. Quer ver? Agora vai. Aí. quebrando o chifre.
So this is what happens to many experts in my own career, what I've seen. They go up to a level and then they become like this. Okay, can't take the beatings in regular life, all right? Now, everything what you see is not what it is. Please remember statement number 2. 1, please be aware. 2, develop on your communications. 3, manage your time well. Time is life. Anytime any of you ask me for a cup of coffee, I have my spare time. Why? Because I'm a precision time manager. How do you do that? Find out what are the important things in your life and finish it. The biggest mistake people make is you look at something urgent and think it's to be finished. When you don't do something important, someone else suffers because of my doing. What is urgent can be given to someone else also who's as good or better than me. The problem with many of us is we think we are indispensable. The graveyard is full of people who thought they were indispensable. The world goes on. So stop giving yourself so much of importance. Awareness, good communication skills, and superior time management. Where are all these 3 coming from? The right side of your brain. So keep it engaged, keep it alert, and keep it active. What are the things you'll do? Scribble with your non-dominant hand on an A4 size of paper. Second, use the yes and wow 2 or 3 times. When you go to your workspaces, just go into the bathroom. Everybody will be curious, MD is going to bathroom. What do? Yes, 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 and come out. What will the people outside think? What were they doing inside? They get stressed, you will be relieved. And this is exactly how you will work on yourselves. Do not worry about other people's opinions beyond a point. Most of us are living in prisons, and I have freed people many times. It takes a lifetime for people to free themselves, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about it. Do not believe a single word of what I'm saying till you go out there in the world and validate what I'm saying with your own experience. Correct me if within 3 months you don't see a radical change in your life and in your business. I am challenging you to take the risks that I'm putting in front of you. From today, anybody says anything, take minimum 9 to 10 seconds extra before you say yes or no. Half the problems in life are because you say yes when you want to say no. Please think about it, ladies. When monster-in-law comes home, what do? I didn't say it, you're imagining it. And this is exactly what I'm trying to say. Most of the problems in life are created by us. And thereby the solution lies also within you. And that's why we need to get internalized when it comes to solutions. We are always shouting the problem, but we never look at something which is a solution, right? We're always complaining. When people are watching you, it's one thing you say and do. And when people are not watching you, it's another thing. I'm playing a video. What happened? Careful, you're always being watched. Remember that. So that's CCTV camera. Suddenly faith develops. Forgiveness comes forward. And you stress a person, they say, it's not how you win the game that shows me who you are. It's how you lose the game that shows me who you are. It's very easy to win a game and say, oh, thank you and all that stuff. I look at people when they lose something. I look at people in darkness. Many of us are awesome people in brightness. It is who you are when no one's watching you that really ends up with something which is extremely important for business in India. It's called ethics. A lot of people lack it in today's business. You want everything quickly, quickly, quickly. And believe me, every baby takes 9 months. And believe me, you can either be pregnant or not pregnant. You can't be somewhat pregnant. And that's exactly how businesses work. You want a path, you need to define a path. Don't say, I'll think about 5, 6 ways of going there. And whenever I ask people, write down what you want, they're like, oh, I need time to think. Write down what you don't want, they give me a book. And this is exactly how minds work. I want you to be careful because minds are very, very dangerous. They communicate to you differently. I want you to understand the power of communication. Okay? I'm not sure why the video comes in like this in the beginning. Anyways, hopefully it should come through. Body is an extremely important thing. You must ensure that you practice control of body. You must learn to practice communications. Right. Now in business, ladies and gentlemen, all of us can undergo this. And watch this carefully. You might be excellent. Only then I'll know who you are. Until then, it's all like ding chak, you're walking everywhere, everything's fine. So 9 out of the 10 people here will need to put yourselves through challenges. And there are exercises in where we come from, where we subject business leaders over a 6-month period through what we call rigor. And you need to work your mind out just like you would work your body out, so that you're ready for situations. We cannot predict situations in business. It's always ups and downs. You never know what's going to happen. Everything in life that we do is risky. Even your breath is risky. And many of us don't even breathe the right way. And that's exactly here. In 45 minutes, I can't change your life, but I can get you to think a little bit. And that's one of the reasons why I want you to understand. Many of us are frustrated. Many entrepreneurs get frustrated very quickly. Look carefully, okay? What do you do when you're frustrated? You make gross mistakes. Right. Many of us are big pretenders. We never accept the truth. No, everything is okay. No, others are suffering, I'm okay. The day you accept the truth quickly, you will realize that you should learn from children. They are huge pretenders. And look what my kid is doing. He's supposed to be going and doing something else, but he's doing what he likes. And when he's called, he's coming running and doing what he's supposed to do. Many employees are like this. When the boss is watching, they do one thing. When you're not being watched, you do another thing. It's called alignment. If you're not aligned to the purpose of the company, you end up working like that. Because you're working for the salary. You're working because my neighbor is also working. You're working because when you go home, I can't bear my wife and the trouble she gives me. So then you work even more hours. And there are many people who come to me with problems. I'm not here to talk that. But I want you to understand that every situation is not the same, like you would think it is.
Upside.
Now, some of my clients tell me, and they're great believers in karma. They say because of bad karma, the business is suffering. And I want to show you what is karma. Be careful. It's called instant karma. So you will always get what you give. Remember this.
doing unto others as they do unto you. I know generations of business who are waiting to take revenge because of somebody who harmed them maybe 100 years ago. You see family rivalry in today's business. Brothers, fathers, children all fight over what? Resolutions of conflict happen in the mind. Resolutions of conflict will not happen if you're not an aware business person. You will start thinking very narrow and very, very short, which means you're seeing only myopic, only something which is just here. To think 10 years down the line, you need a brain which is an expanded brain. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going on sharing with you. Please learn to act. Raise your awareness. How do you do that? Just sit straight. Sitting straight raises your awareness by 30%. But you know how we all sit? You just watch yourselves, how you sit. When I say sit straight, it just means keep your back comfortably straight. Sit on both your butt bones. These are called cheekbones. So just sit straight, but don't do because then what happens? You get sick and tired after some time. You'll give up the posture. Comfortably straight. The next thing I'll share with you today. Do you want to learn? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Not able to hear. Are you sure? Yes. Yeah. You get what you ask for. And many of us don't ask. We look at her and say, can't you make out? I'm hungry. And no one can make out what you don't say. And many people make out the wrong things. See, if I look at her straight like this is hello, how are you? But if I look at you like this and say, see what she's doing, oh, oof. It's a 9-degree turn of your eye that makes a big difference. This is greeting, this is invitation. So be careful. With all the Me Too movement, you have to be extremely careful. All right? You get mixed interpretations and mixed signals. Nowadays, when a man meets another man, you know what they ask? You too. So it's a huge movement. I don't believe in it. And I say that, yeah, there might be 1% of the persons who have suffered, 9% are capitalizing on it. I'm so sorry to say, but I've seen cases. And those cases come to me as well. So I'm just sharing quickly with you now so that you understand, and I'll just take another. Is 10 minutes all right? Another 10 minutes? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Right. Okay, there you go. So we are tempted. In many ways, we are tempted to do what is easy. And everyone wants easy things, quick things. So my videos will demonstrate you what I'm trying to share with you very, very soon, right? There you go. Now, a lot of us are talented, a lot of us have brilliant ideas, but we don't know how to execute them. Why? Because you are not ready to collaborate with similar energies. You're not ready to collaborate with dissimilar energies. If someone doesn't think like you, please remember from today, make friends with them. Because if you make friends with someone who thinks differently, your brain will acquire one more thought process. Your brain will expand. Otherwise, 2 experts are of zero use. And this will denote to you what I'm sharing right now as a thought. 2 experts not getting along. So when you're not vibrating on the same frequency, there tends to be a lot of gaps in business. And this is exactly what I'm trying to show you time in and time again. People don't have time. This is in Bangalore. You can see that people have 0 time. Okay, the cops have 0 time. They are taking the bike and the person on it as well. Wrong parking. Okay, we're very conscientious people. Okay. Things are not what you think it is. Now you know, you're seeing there, caution. Okay, we are deceived every day by the mind. I want you guys to recover from that. Okay, now how do you do it? Very quickly, I'll share with you. Once you see one more video and I'll take you. People can, men and women, this is the difference. If you ask me what it is, it's called tonality.
Bhagavati, Indonane Punyavati.
नाने भाग्यवती इंदु नाने पुण्यवती.
Give me volume. Volume बढ़ाओ यार.
Oh, ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ಭಾಗ್ಯವತಿ ಇಂದು ನಾನೇ ಪುಣ್ಯವತಿ
ನಾನೇ ಭಾಗ್ಯವತಿ ನಾನೇ
ಇಲ್ಲ
So that's called frequency modulation. If you want to know more, yes, you come over to my workshops. We teach you a lot of things. But for today, you just understand that man's tone is different, woman's tone is different. The brain produces certain frequencies through using certain areas of the brain. Most of the business people think using the hind brain. The smart business people think using the forebrain. And there is a technique by means of which you start using forebrain thinking processes. All right? Do you have any questions for me now? Do you have any questions? Anybody who has questions? Hold on, hold on. Let me just show you something and complete what I came here for. Right. I told you the future is now. What am I sharing with you? That the only way to change your life is to change your mind. If you don't change your mind, there's no way in which you can change your life. And I feel, in my definition, you must treat your business as equal to your life. Only then you will give it some kind of attention. That is much more than what you're giving it right now. 80% of those who are successful, not only in life but also at work, are inspired by focus. Focus is a complete phenomenon of the right side of your brain. And if you don't keep your right side active because the left body activates the right side, then definitely your focus will be wavering focus. You will not be able to keep up with the focus that you require. There you go. The only thing that separates all of us, ladies and gentlemen, is the energy that you can generate. The energy that you can renew. Your business, though it may not be just a person, also has energy. And you must be able to energize your business. There you go. I want you to ask yourself some questions. I'll share the PPT with you. I want these kind of questions and answers because all our answers will be different. There is nothing called the right answer. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old but building the new. The biggest mistake you make is you keep looking backwards. You keep looking backwards. And I want all of us to understand that it's not going to give you anything except a lesson. It's already done and dusted. We are ruining the future. We're also not learning enough from the past. Thereby, you're neither here, neither are you there. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people come to me and say, I don't even know why I left my job and started this job, which is called entrepreneurship. I work in premier business management schools to teach entrepreneurship. To succeed today, you need to have all these three. Flexibility, managing energy, and very important, fire in the belly. I want to, I have to, I need to, and I'll die without it. And you kill me, I won't give it to you. You need to take ownership. It's very difficult to do that. Most of us are mediocre. Chalta hai. How are you? Oh, okay, ma'am. Nobody tells me fantastic, awesome. You need to learn one word from today. Whenever anyone asks you, how's your business? You need to say awesome. Awesome has energy. Words carry energy. When you say wow, that's 12 volts. Your fridge bulb can light with it. When you say awesome, it's 22 volts. I want you to say awesome the right way. How is that? Awesome. You need to feel it. Not awesome, 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 awesome. No impact. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. At the count of 3, can you say one more word for me? Awesome. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. No, not awesome. Awesome. The first half has to be stressed. When you stress the first half, there are certain areas of your frontal and your parietal cortex that light up. And you get what? 20 plus watts, 20 plus volts. And guess what happens? You can do a lot with it, especially when you're young and unmarried. If you don't position your business the right way, this is what people will think of you. That's the United Nations. But guess what it looks like? And many people misread you in a few seconds. I'm here to tell you one last acronym. Please learn the word. Yes, there you go. Desire. Unless you desire, I can't do anything for you. Unless you desire your business, I will not be able to help you drive your business. And what is desire? Very simple. Once you define, you energize what you have in your mind, strategize with the help of a lot of mentors, and finally innovate, bring one new thing. I want to ask all of you, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Think about it. Yesterday somebody told me I got married. That's hardly a thing to do. Right? So just please remember, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Every day, at least something you should do for the first time. Forget every day, at least once in a week. Or at least once in a month. Because most of us are creatures of routine. I will share this with you. I'm not expanding it because it takes a hell of a lot of long time. But here you go. I want you to understand the difference between things you can control and things you can't control. It's called variables. And we teach you in business, find out what you can control, find out what you can't control. Absolutely non-negotiable. There are some things like that. And you need to start working on those things, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, it's called the TFA axis. All business has thought, feeling, and action. Unless you invest in the thought and feeling, you will never be able to produce action. Action is easy, but you'll never be able to sustain. You will never be able to outgrow, outwit, and outlast your own business. You'll become stagnant. And the reason why many businesses become stagnant is because they're not able to reimagine, refresh, and very important, reinterpret. These are the three words I would say is very critical to me and to my own existence and a lot of companies that come to us for help when they're stuck, for help when they want to expand, for help when they say we are only mediocre performing, we want peak performance. There are lots of things that you can do, but in half an hour, if you understand the most important thing that you need to do, yeah, there you go, is self-awareness. Start today with that. Nothing beyond that. What will you do? Yes, wow, awesome. What are they called? Awareness triggers. I asked you to sit straight, use your non-dominant hand, start scribbling on an A4 size sheet. Do it for 3 months and tell me how you feel. All right? So these are the reasons why you need self-awareness. Many people are full of excuses. This is the number one bakwas that I hear every day. I can't, I don't have time. You see, why did you come late? She said, I went on talking and my husband's going on listening. So you're passing the buck, you're passing the blame. All of us are victims of habit, including me. And it's extremely important that you keep refreshing this. Some of us cry all the time. Everyone finds fault with me. It's easy for you to say. And there are hundreds of other stories that I keep hearing. But I would say whenever someone comes to you with drama and trauma, ask them to shut up. You shouldn't be the one to add the manure for it to grow. And that's a habit for the human being. You find someone to listen to you, you will come with your story. And I'll tell you which stories you should listen to later. I told you already, please break from the prison of other people's opinion. Very quickly taking you through something which is my favorite principle. When you assume full accountability for your thoughts, feelings, and actions, only then results can direct your destiny. Otherwise, someone else will. Otherwise, something else will. You will never control your own destiny. And I believe that if you're not in control of yourself, what else are you in control of? Please do think about it. Please do think about it. There you go. Do you agree that in order to do more, I have to be more? Self-development is something which people do not believe in this country. They always point fingers and say, you need to change, you need to change. I always say, I need to grow to such an extent that probably it becomes very difficult for someone else to cope. And that's something we all need to work on. I believe in the word life, being a doctor. I don't like to see a straight line. For me, life is this: love, inspiration, fulfillment, and empowerment. If you're not happy as a person, you can never be happy as a business person. The root lies in you being happy. A happy person will make definitely a wonderful business person. And I'll tell you why and how offline. If you have any questions, keep getting them ready. I work in 13 to 14 jobs, all at the top. I haven't given up one for the other. When I'm here, my work is delegated to people to do. I work in jobs where I'm the dean of a medical school and I'm the head of a radio station. Can you imagine how different the jobs are? I head an L&D department of an engineering firm which makes PS4 engines to send satellites to space. And on the other side, what do? I'm a journalist with Indian Express. So you can imagine, I do not one, but 13 jobs. And what am I doing here? Having fun. What am I doing here? Yes, wow, awesome, cracking jokes. But if you do one job, I've seen people by 4 baje, oh, give me Horlicks, give me Boost. I need to rest today. And believe me, I'm the oldest person in this room. Thanks to L'Oreal. Right? Many people are refocusing, repeating yesterday. Ask yourself, are you repeating yesterday? Then you need change immediately, because I need to build it tomorrow. How will you do that? Awareness, improve communication skills, join wherever it takes, go to the Toastmasters in Hubli, start practicing. You talk rubbish also, they'll applaud you. And they'll say, wow, 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 nice. What is that called? Encouragement. Why? Because speaking is a highly fearful activity. And you need encouragement in the beginning. Just like when you're going to swim for the first time, somebody has to give you that push. Otherwise, you'll be wearing designer chaddi and standing there forever getting ready. And then you'll say, I need one more 6 months program. I've seen people. And that's why I'm going on telling you, there you go. This to me is optimism. You have the guts, you have the organ, take the risk. When I say organ, I mean the brain. For some of you, like, yeah, I have it, you know. All right, that's your subconscious working. There you go. This is my own quote. And you can see here. Okay, tear down all your walls, and definitely you'll be in a different place tomorrow. I want you, if you can remember, you just take probably one picture of the next slide that I'm giving. When you go home, please write down these 3 things, and when you answer this, you'll be able to, yeah, there you go. I got to keep going back and forth. There you go. There are 3 questions you can develop and use to understand your business and yourself and your alignment towards your business more. I am, I have, and I can. Who you are will give you the personal traits. What you have will give you your assets and liabilities. And very, very important, what you can will give you your expansion plans. And it's extremely important that you make every employee jot down these 3 things and answer you at least on this framework. This is a research framework done over more than 24 years, published data. And I'd love to share this with all of you. I am, I have, I can. When you say I am, use all the adjectives that you are. Do not give me I am not. I want only I am. If you say I'm angry, I don't care. Just put it down honestly. And if you want more on that, you can talk to me. We'll share a method by means of which you can assess yourself. They're self-assessments. Why will you do this? Because I believe that a lot of people want to be rich. There you go. Being rich is having money. Being wealthy is having time. Many patients come to me and cry before they're dying. Give me one more day. I'll write off everything in your name. This hospital also can be yours. You can't do it. And there are some things, ladies and gentlemen, money cannot buy. I want you to invest in 2 such things every day. I'm not sure what it is, because all our lives are different. Think about it and invest in people. I keep telling you, invest in people. Stop doing all of this that probably is of great consequence to your life. I'll do it tomorrow. Social media addictions. At the end of the day, what do I do first and what do I do next? Everyone's confused. Prioritization, rapport building, these are big words. I've written books on it, you can read it. Okay? Those of you who take a selfie with me with maximum head count and put it on my website, you'll get a free copy. You know what? Everyone will do this, but nobody will actually do it. So never say this when you're not going to do it. Because what are you doing? Self-vastraharan. Don't forget the word. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. 10% of conflicts are because of difference in opinion. 90% is because you're using the wrong tone of voice. Tell me. You want now? Not now. Hold on. Okay, I'll give you some time because I end on a high note. I want all of you to please stand up. Please stand up. All right, everybody. Okay, just stretch your hands on the top once. Okay? And you were talking about Josh. Everybody was asking in the morning, Josh. I'm going to ask you to say, what? Wow. And I need to give me all the Josh that you have. 1, 2, and 3. Wow. See how nice that feels? In the morning, you have Josh. Yeah. Oh. So what's this called? You're speaking from here. I want you to get guttural. And powerful people are always guttural. They bring out everything from here. And that's one of the reasons why you have to practice tonality, right? Now, communication is very difficult. Let me clear it very quickly. There you go. Likability, like I told you, you must genuinely be likable. If not, you can't do business. At the end, yes, if you don't position yourself correctly, whoever you might be, will be a problem. All right? So, I want you guys to laugh heartily. How do you laugh heartily? Not. I want you guys to laugh heartily, throatily. And that's what makes you really comfortable and relaxed. How long does it take? Just 30 nanoseconds. I want you at the count of 3 to laugh. Look at your neighbor. Imagine that's the most funny looking person. And laugh at them. Right? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hold on and don't sit down yet, for those of you. Holding power in business is very important. Many of us give up. Who becomes first in a race? The second one gave up because you saw the first one hitting. But had they plunged forward when that one also hit, you could have still won. And I'm a living example. Okay, I've got 4 fractured bones in all my left leg. My ankle is cracked up. I cracked my coccyx, L3, L4, L5. Doctor said, you can't walk. What the hell am I doing today? And that's why it's very important sometimes to just not listen to what people are saying, especially people who don't mean well. You need to understand that. The wow comes handy, the awesome comes handy. Whenever people are saying something you don't like, you're looking horrible. Wow. I like you. Wow. I don't like you. Wow. Because it diffuses the energy that's going to take away from something I really need. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about energy. Where there is a will, no, there's a highway. And you must change your philosophy from today. One last round. Hold on. All right. Just for the sake of fun, be a good sport. Before the questions, let's end on a very high note. Don't do your own stuff. But I want you to just raise your hands. Raise your hands, both your hands, both your hands. I'm having a mic, so just raise both your hands. Okay, and do me a favor. So move your butt a little bit. Okay, move your butt clockwise, move your butt anti-clockwise. And enjoy it. Wow. Don't see tera butt kya mere butt se bada hai. No comparisons. Enjoy it. Okay? Okay, now do me a favor. We'll just do this nicely, at the end of which we say a beautiful wow. Give a nice high five. Turn around, give a high five to your partner. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Okay, don't forget. And some of you are like, we paid money for this, huh? So let me tell you, let's do a full paisa vasool for Thai. Okay, the president, the organizing person, the chairpersons, Dr. Jugal for being tolerant and being with me. I keep going to the washroom and telling him, please wait here. Okay, for being there early in the morning. I told him 2 days I'm with you. Please don't curse me. If you do, I'll come back for you when I die. And that's me. I crack a lot of jokes. Mahima, all of you from SDM, my friends, colleagues, doctors, dentists, and each and every one of you who's assembled here, fellow Toastmasters, awesome meeting all of you. And I want you to just end on a very high note and give each other a great, great high five and a good round of applause. Are you ready? Yes! Okay. We have volume. Please don't do conjusi, boss. Chala out there. All right, there you go. Okay, जोर से.
एक हो गए हम और तुम तो उड़ गई नींदे रे एक हो गए हम और तुम तो उड़ गई नींदे रे और खन की पायल मस्ती में तो कंगन मुझे डर इस बात का है बस कि कहीं ना ये रात निकल जाए मेरे इतनी भी पास दुआ मत कहीं मेरे हाथों से न बात निकल जाए तू इजाजत सफर भी करने लगा बगावत सुनते हैं सालन आंखें आफत लगता है होने वाली है कयामत से तू करना साफी करने वाला हूँ मैं उसके लिए पहले से ही मांगता हूँ माफी चांदनी जैसा ये बदन जन्म मिला तुमको मन में सोचा था जैसा रूप तेरा आया नजर हमको
सनम कोई कोई बातें करती नहीं हो हमें तुमने जो करने लगाया तो खो ही गए हम
Any questions for me? Right? I'm a self-confessed narcissist. I love myself. Yeah? So let's have fun. If you don't love yourself, you can never love anyone else. All right? So it all starts with self-love. And I want all of you to. How many of you love me? Please raise your hands. And how many of you don't love me? Please raise your standards. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you to the audio guys. Thank you to Nitin and everybody. And every single one of you, thank you so much. My photographer, Dharma, where are you? He's lost. He's trying to find me. All right, so thank you so much. To all the organizers, thank you so much. Thank you to Sadhguru in advance. Yes. Any questions? Please feel free to shoot. Yes, shout out, shout out. Keep in touch on Google University. Otherwise, send me a massage on WhatsApp. Message.
I have a question.
Yes, please, ask me.
Dr. Ushy,
Yeah?
this is here. We're here.
Yeah.
I'm here in the front row. Here, to your right. Okay, here I am. Okay, this was fantastic session. You talked about ACT.
And desire, act and desire.
Yes, ACT and desire. So, I'm part of the Toastmasters Club here in Hubli.
Okay.
And you are a senior Toastmaster.
Yep.
And I heard a lot of you in Bangalore. Have you been so prolific speaker? And what's been your journey on communication?
What's been my journey?
In communication.
My journey is that of 58 years. All right? So I've been talking ever since the time I could stand. And at the end of the day, I'm not a trained speaker, but I'm a highly practiced speaker. I speak at least, okay, 26 hours in a week. All right? And that some days I practice 9 hours at a stretch. So it requires, like what you say, riyaz. It also requires for you to keep, speaking at certain volumes without messing with your larynx. I'm a paid-for speaker, but in places like this, I come for friends. So I expect some of you will call me back and pay me in your respective offices. All right? I make my living out of speaking. So that's why I said I speak for a living, okay? And my life is about speaking. It makes a huge, huge difference to many lives. I have at least 300 people in a week who call me because they feel like dying. And it takes me only 7 minutes to ensure everyone around them maybe want to die, but they won't.
Great.
Right? So it's a huge journey, long journey, very long.
Great. So, Dr. Ushy, last line. So, you told about Toastmasters. For those of us who do not know about Toastmasters, how can Toastmasters help them?
Toastmasters is a forum where people can become friends. In my Toastmaster club, a boy had never spoken to a girl. First time he met a girl and spoke to her. We made him mentor of the girl. He finally married her.
For those of you who want to join Toastmasters, here is Vipul. Please raise your hands. You can get in touch with him.
All right.
Thank you.
So, communication is that only thing in life which either makes you or breaks you. And the most powerful form of communication, silence. Practice it every day. All right? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
Madam,
Yeah.
we need your workshop. Where it is available, otherwise we'll come there all the world.
Madam, I'll organize it for you here.
Huh? Pardon?
I'll organize it for you here.
Yeah, I will. How much ladies are required, I will tell them.
Anybody. If you guys get at least 25, 30 people together,
That will
minimum. Okay. Madam, machine gun in the solle saisala.
Thank
So
you, ma'am.
if you find people, I'll be very happy to come and do something here.
Ma'am,
Okay.
thank you so much. We are just not able to stop the questions, but paucity of time, so
no
we have to
problem.
ask.
No problem.
Can we have a big round of applause for Ushy?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ushy. We love you. Back to MOC.
Can we have ma'am on stage?
Please settle down. 2 more minutes. Please.
Please join Dr. Ushy Mohandas on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere that you want. I would love to have a picture with all of you.
I request everybody-
As many can come forward, and let's see how innovative we can be, because these are the only things I take with you. Memories. All right? Thank you so much.
Ushy, we
Thank
want
so
you on
much.
stage.
I request ma'am to please come on stage.
Can
I
we have
request
Professor
everybody to
Ushy on
please be
stage, please?
seated.
We want to
Please
give
be
you a
seated
memento.
for 2 more minutes.
For all of them who want to meet Ushy, she is available offline. You can actually register for the F2F session, which happens in the basement of this building. Ushy, we want you on stage. Quick. For all the fans of Ushy, can we have some bouncers and security guards here? Music, IT music.
All right, now I would request the host, Dr. Jugal Patel, to please come on stage. Dr. Jugal Patel to please come on stage to hand over the memento. Well, I want to know from the audience, how was the session? Can we have Dr. Jugal Patel to please join up on stage to hand over the memento? Thank you so much. Very important announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's Taikon session would start from 10 a.m. with many more amazing sessions. And yes, amazing speakers would be there. One more important announcement. Tomorrow's Sadhguru's session will start from 4:30 p.m. onwards, where no bags are allowed. Please carry caps and water bottles. And people who are about to move, please do not move before we close this in next 2 minutes.